What's up, everyone? It's your man, the Mega Power, coming at you live for episode 2 of Steammates. Coming at you live inside the sauna. It's heating up in here. It's only about 124 right now. But the infrared in here, man, in this small little chamber in here, man, it gets hot in here. So, you know what happens? I start sweating pretty quick. My hands sweat the most, which that always makes it interesting trying to hold the phone and record. So episode 2 of Steammates, let's kind of do a recap of the week. What's been going on so far? Man, you can really tell how bald I am during Steammates, but it is what it is, man. And when closer you get to 40, all you dudes out there, especially you got a lot of testosterone, if you know what I mean, you're really going to lose your hair. So key thing to keep in mind, if you see a guy and he's not balding, he's got low T. Anyways, so with that, let's get into it here. Episode 2. How's the week going? Ladies' night was popping off this week in Valorant, so super, super excited about that. We picked up a lot of new followers, had a lot of interactions going on. Probably try to get some Valorant in tonight on Guys' Night, baby. And then that leads into, the biggest night of the week, Fun Boy Friday. So looking forward to that. What else is on tap? Gaming news. Trying to think what else happened this week. Man, not a whole lot, really. Gaming-wise, World of Warcraft announced they're going to have hardcore servers for Classic WoW. So a little excited about that. There is a new character in Valorant, so we got to check that out. Getting the basement PC running again, downloaded Halo Infinite again, so maybe we're going to try to get on that this weekend. And I downloaded some PUBG too, so we're kind of going to do like a triple threat. Shout out to my man Doc, and shout out to the Tender Man, who's always. I started doing this new thing. When you start doing this is tendering. So if anyone says, "Yo, man, you tendering?" Yep, tendering. So instead of a thumbs up or a thumbs down, give them a tender. Make sure to tell someone you love them. If any of you guys ever watch his channel, just watch the video. Tenders has this thing where he starts shaking his leg, and it makes his belly jiggle up and down. And I'm just like, Tim, stop doing that. But anyways, big week in the NBA. So free agency is going to get underway, so we're looking forward to that. Friday this weekend, I'm probably going to get some more basketball content rolling on the channel a little bit. I know that kind of crosses streams a little bit, and you're not supposed to do that. Shout out to the Ghostbusters for teaching me that. And it still holds true to this day with the way the algorithm works, but we're not too worried about that. We're just going to post the content, man. I want YouTube to get back to the way it used to be, and the way it should be is less about just like whatever drives engagement and people doing that, and actually just getting back to like personalities on the channel. And so it shouldn't be like, hey, this is a Diablo 4 only channel, and all we talk about is Diablo 4. Like, got to get away from that with people. So hoping to get away from that. We'll talk some sports, man. It's kind of like a variety show type of thing, man. Like if you're down with the Mega Power, man, and you're one of the wingmen, which right now we don't have a lot of wingmen. Wonder if Ethan is ever going to stop holding out on being that and joining the wingmen. He's pretty stingy with his Twitch Prime. He acts like he doesn't know about it or how to sign up for it, but I know for sure he's already Twitch Prime someone. He just doesn't want to admit it to me, which is fine. But we're going to ride that content horse until that thing is just beaten into the ground. And we're going to keep riding it a little more. So, what else is going on? So we're going to get some basketball content posted. We're going to play some games this weekend. I'd like to get down into the basement and do a club stream for you guys if you're new to the channel. The lights go down and then we turn the club lighting on and it gets popping, man. And a lot of guys come out for the club nights. It's been a while now since we've had one. Probably a good year since we've had the club night. And then maybe over this weekend we'll get a green screen stream going too. Those are always fun. If I get the lighting right, I have fun with the green screen. Kind of makes it interesting, just to do that a little bit. So that's kind of that for channel updates. Big news today. I had my first hot stone massage ever today, and that was pretty sweet. I'll give it a 10 out of 10. I got to, the part I enjoyed the most was getting my feet worked on, getting the hamstrings and calves and legs worked on, and then just getting my hands worked on too. Especially just from all the gaming that I've done over the years. Man, my hands get stiff. So it's cool. Afterwards, I was like doing this with my palm, like, and the lady's like looking at me like, what's going on? I'm like, my hands have never felt this loose before. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe I get to doing that more often. I'd like to do some acupuncture too. Shout out to the acupuncture, man. If you guys haven't done that, try it. It's expensive though, so I haven't done it in years, but I'd like to start doing that again. Shout out to the wife for the massage too. She came through in the clutch. So, that does remind me. I told her I want to get her on stream for ladies' night. She wasn't too interested in it, but we'll work in progress. We'll see if we can even just get her on for a few minutes. But that would be fun to get her to do a stream. She has no interest in games, so it'll be tough. But we'll put her in front of the camera. We're going to figure out a way to get some content creation out of her. Other than that, what else is going on in the stream? Well, we did a hoop yesterday, but sometimes I just don't record it. Just some 5-on-5 pickup. We had 20 guys in the gym. I'd like to get some actual game footage for you guys and stuff like that, but sometimes it's kind of nice just to turn off the phone. That's kind of one of my rules I've had, and I used to do this years ago, even before smartphones. So when I was in college, especially during the summertime ball, I'd be like, hey, no phones in the gym. And guys would go over to go check their phone in between games. And I'd be like, what are you doing? Like, put that shit away. So if you can avoid ever bringing your phone to the gym, do that. Just get that thing out of your life for a little bit. You'll be better off, especially if you're there to hoop, man. It was funny too. I've kind of come across some of my old basketball channels that have popped up that I used to watch, and the content's not as good anymore. It's all pretty driven around just the algorithm and stuff. I will say one thing that I cannot stand in today's basketball culture, and God, I wish it would go away, is when guys are just constantly talking trash before the game even starts, right? And then the cameras zoom in on their face and they're just yelling and just nonsense. And then a guy hits a shot and he's prancing around like he's Conor McGregor. And it's like, man, have you ever made a jump shot before? And then if ultimately he'll get dunked on or get crossed up or something like that. And then the next guy starts doing a showboating thing. And it's just ridiculous. I've scored so many points in my life. I literally have scored millions of points. I've been playing basketball for over 30 years. When I hit a three, it's I'm not actually surprised when it goes in. Let's just put it that way. When I let it go, one, I already know if it's going in or not. And two, when it ultimately does go in, because it's going, let's just call it what it is, it's going in. I'm not really hot dogging it out there because I've put in a lot of time where I expect that bad boy to go in. And if it's the mid-range game, they don't call me the mid-range king for nothing. So it's something I'd like to see get out of basketball. So I was watching the Devontae Frigga channel, which I was surprised to see that he was still going. It's not the greatest content. Summertime basketball, what I do miss is the And One mixtape tour. I'd like to see that one come back. It's sad that, they don't have... I know the open runs are starting up again this summer, but I think that's definitely something that And One has missed out on with the YouTube wave. I remember YouTube was just starting to get bigger when the tour was running. So this would have been back the 06, 07 era, and stuff was starting to kind of get going. But now I think the tour, they could actually go on tour and stream it live. Summer basketball from 2002 to 06, 07. Man, I always looked forward to turning on ESPN to watch the And One Mixtape Tour in the summers. I've been played in some of the open runs, made it over to Milwaukee to play out in those. Went in and watched the main event since I didn't make it through the open run to get into the building. Not a lot of opportunities in a mixtape tour for a pure shooting guard who likes to shoot mid-range jump shots. So I wasn't surprised that happened, and I don't have a handle. So, but man, it was so much fun. Oh, I just love basketball. But I'm okay with showboating and that stuff because these guys are like really good when it's just another guy on the street playing and they're yelling, "I'm the king of this city." And it's like, are you sure about that? Because I'm pretty sure you're just another pickup player. You're just really loud and obnoxious and you're puffing out your chest. And coincidentally, those guys always have terrible form with their jump shot too. So that's always interesting. Anyways, I know I'm ranting. I'm a boomer when it comes to basketball, but just that's kind of my thoughts on here. Other thoughts: James Harden opted into a deal, looking for a trade partner. Apparently, there's a couple guys in the NBA. I don't know what team actually would want James Harden, and I don't know what team would actually want Kyrie Irving. Like, what is it about these players that, one, that people like, or two, that they're interested in, and who actually wants to pay them and acquire them? I don't actually know what you're getting. You're paying guys a lot of money for what? It's just a weird time in basketball right now. Paying a lot of guys a lot of money that you don't produce, to take time off, that aren't winning basketball players. Like, I'm just going to put this out here right now. This isn't exactly a hot take. Kyrie Irving, might as well just be Kyrie Harden. They're the same. They're not winning basketball players. They don't play a winning style. I don't claim to know how good they are as a teammate or what they're like in the locker room, but they just don't play a game that you can win basketball with. And James is more available than Kyrie, but Kyrie is generally not available. And he's cantankerous, and I wouldn't pay him a dime. If he was on the team and I'm the Mavericks, I'm letting him walk. I'm not doubling down on a mistake and giving him a deal. Like when they already traded for him, it's just time to let it go and say, you know what, guys, we made a mistake. Kyrie, you want a 1-year deal? But then again, you're not. What are you getting? So that's why, again, you could say, oh, you can't give him a 1-year deal. He's not going to do. And you're like, you could give him a long-term deal. It doesn't matter. He's not going to produce. You're not going to win games. He's gonna do what he does. That's it. The track record is set. He's not going to change. James Harden's not getting any younger, and I can attest to it. I'm not getting any thinner either. Trust me, James. I'm right there with you. I'm thick these days, and I'm not even trying to be. I'm actually actively trying to lose weight and stay in shape, and it's tough. And I've never been to a club, except my own club down here in the basement. That guy lives at the club. And so those are kind of my thoughts on those guys. Likeness Monster is not going to like this take, but we'll see if he actually watches this all the way through to see this, so this will be a challenge. Likeness Monster. Chris Middleton sucks. I don't want him on the Bucks. I hope they don't re-sign him. Now, I don't know if they can actually use that money to sign someone else because I don't know their cap situation head to toe and what that actually looks like for them. I don't want Brook Lopez. I don't want Chris Middleton, and honestly, I don't really want Drew Holiday either. You know who I do want? I'll save that for another video. That's a teaser for you guys for the Mega Powers top 5 free agents. Because if you look at the free agent list, I don't think there's 10 that are actually worth it, and I think even 5 is a bit of a struggle. I'll tell you a guy I do like, Gabe Vincent, but if I had to pay him a lot of money, that would be tough. Same with Kuzma. I like me some Kuzmania. I'd love to see him in Milwaukee, but we'll see. Oh, another funny thing. Talk about a non-winning player. Russell Westbrook is talking about, the Clippers want him back. And, they only have cap room for to be able to sign him for like a $3 million deal. And this just shows you the kind of NBA, I'm making it a wide net, like casting a wide net with this. But here's a guy that teams didn't want him, and we're actively trying to get rid of him. And there's a team that wants him, and he's still going to go test the free agency market. And I'm not going to get in someone else's pockets, but let's be fair. He's made a lot of money playing basketball. And 1 year at $3 million is a lot of money. It's more than I'll ever make in my whole lifetime. And it just shows you just the kind of personality of the guy that's not about winning basketball games. He's going to go out on the free agent market and look around. And it's just disgusting. And it's disrespectful of the game of basketball. And that's also been my biggest gripe with LeBron over all these years. That his attitude toward the game of basketball, of how he manages himself and the teams that he plays for, has always been disrespectful to the basketball gods. So that's a whole nother video for another time. You can comment down below if you're a bronsexual. It'll be easy for me to tell. You don't even actually have to say it because I already know. If you ever call a guy, if you call him Bron, that's the hint. You already know what you're dealing with. There's a lot of people that are on a parasocial relationship with that guy. So those are kind of my thoughts. We'll kind of see where it's going. I'm trying to think of anything else. I listened to a lot of Bill Simmons this week. They were talking about just different things. I'm interested to see what the Heat do. That's what team on my watch list. I'm not in on Damian Lillard. The trade that I do want, that's a good thought. I know I'm all over the place, but it gets hot. It's 130 degrees in here, boys. And I'm sweating up a storm. So if you're wondering why it's hard to focus, and this is a little box, man. This is why in Cool Hand Luke, man, you spend a night in the box. You think about your behaviors, man. Thoughts for Damian Lillard. The trade that I think makes the most sense, and I don't really like Damian Lillard, but I don't like Karl Anthony Towns, just about the same. But I think that trade makes sense. And I'm stealing that from Bill Simmons, but it makes the most sense. And if you're the Timberwolves, that's a good deal for you. And if you're Portland, I don't think you're doing better. Like 4 or 5 random picks, rolling the dice, like get a productive player. He could be Karl Anthony Towns out in Portland for the next 8 to 10 years and then retire and have made the playoffs maybe once or twice, right? But I actually think a team, and I don't know if Conley Jr. is back for the Timberwolves, so you'll have to excuse me on that one if he is or isn't, but Damian Lillard, Jaden McDaniels, Kyle Anderson, Gobert. They let Taurean Prince walk today, so I don't really know who would play. I might be forgetting some people. I know Naz Reid just re-signed, so he's more of a center as well. That's an option for them. Who else is on that team? Man, besides Conley, I don't know who else is on that team. But, Ant-Man. There you go. So, yeah, Lillard, Ant-Man, Kyle Anderson, McDaniels, and Gobert. And you could probably have some other sort of random forward and have McDaniels come off the bench with Naz Reid, Conley Jr., something like that. But that's like a team that's actually a tough out in the playoffs. Like it's a whole lot better than they are. And I like Gobert to a certain extent. But it is what it is. That's a sunk cost for them. But if you can get off of Karl Anthony Towns and get Damian Lillard on it, I think that really helps their team out quite a bit. Oh, man. That's all I've got for you guys today on Steammates episode 2. I'll try to come up with like a better format for this show, and you guys can let me know what you think or give me some ideas. I just kind of like riffing on it though, man, because like when you're in the steam room with your boys on guys night, because Thursday night is guys night on the channel, I think that's what you do is you just get in there, towels off. I'm here alone, so like I got extra clothes on because I'm getting a full sweat in. But when you're there with your boys, heats up, towels off, and you're just talking NBA, talking hoops, talking sports, talking video games. So I think that's kind of the format to stick with. Yeah, hopefully on Tuesday night we can get some more ladies on ladies night. the dudes kind of took it over on this most recent Tuesday. Hoping we can start getting a little more traction on the YouTube channel too, man. Like, we're getting more on the Twitch channel, but let's get them on YouTube, boys. So, anyways, shout out to my man, the Likeness Monster, for always holding it down, representing the wingmen out there in the chat. We're building the brand here, ladies and gentlemen. Life Alert Gaming. For boomers, by boomers. I'm the Mega Power, and I'm out.